The chip leader for this year's 2009 World Series of Poker Main Event is Darvin Moon in seat number 1 with 58,930,000 chips. Mr. Moon is a logger from Maryland who says he plans on going back to his day job. If he wins the main event, I guess this will be a true rags to riches story. In seat 2, you have James Mocha Aikenhead. He is a professional poker player from London who has several notable cashes in his career and has professional poker earnings exceeding $500,000. Seat number 3 would be our most notable player, Phil Ivey. He has 9,765,000 chips in seat 3. Things about Phil: he won 5 World Series of Poker bracelets before the age of 30. He's a regular winner in the big game at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. He is tied with Phil Hellmuth and Ted Forrest for the most World Series of Poker bracelets in 1 year, winning 3 in 2002. In November '05, he won back-to-back tournaments at Monte Carlo Millions and Full Tilt Invitational for $1.6 million. He took Phil Hellmuth down for $500,000 in a Chinese poker side game at the EPT Grand Final in '07. So far in the 2009 World Series, he has 5 cashes and 2 more bracelet wins. If he wins the main event title, he will be the only player ever to win 3 bracelets in a year at the World Series of Poker twice. In seat number 4 is Kevin Schaffel. He has 12,390,000 chips. He has 5 professional cashes, and this will be his second straight World Series of Poker main event cash, as he finished 324th in last year's main event for $32,166. He's done quite a bit better this year. The player in seat number 5 is quite interesting. His name is Stephen Begleiter. He has 29,885,000 in chips. Mr. Begleiter is a former head of corporate strategy at Bear Stearns Company. Before that company collapsed, he is now a principal at Flex Point Ford Limited. He won his way into this event this year through his private poker league in Chappaqua, of which 20% of his winnings will be split between the other players in the group. Last year, he bought himself into the main event but did not place. In seat number 6, we have Eric Buckman with 34,800,000 chips. Eric is a professional poker player from Valley Stream, New York, with over 21 cashes and close to $1 million in player earnings over the past few years. Just earning a seat in the November 9 has doubled his career earnings. In seat number 7, you'll find Joseph Cotta with 13,215,000 chips. Joseph J. Cotta 99 is an internet professional poker player. He has won several major events online, and since just turning 21 this year, has already gotten 2 previous cashes in World Series of Poker events. He cashed in the 1500 No Limit Hold'em and the 2500 No Limit Hold'em. I would say the sky is the limit for this young gun. Seat number 8 is a very interesting player named Antoine Saut. He has 9,500,000 chips. This young man is from France. He goes by the name online of Tonio292. The only thing I really know about Mr. Saut is he was an Everest poker qualifier for the main event. Finally, in seat number 9, our most controversial player remaining, Jeff Shulman, with 19,580,000 chips. He's the editor of Card Player magazine, son of Barry Shulman and professional poker player, with over 13 professional cashes and won over $2.5 million in earnings before making the November 9, guaranteeing him at least $1 million more. He made the final table in the 2000 World Series of Poker main event, finishing 7th. At this time, there's a huge controversy surrounding him, as he has stated publicly that if he wins the World Series of Poker and the main event bracelet, he will quote-unquote throw it in the trash to express his disappointment at the way Harris has treated his magazine. There's growing debate in the poker world. Many are horrified that if this happens, it could destroy poker and tarnish his crown jewel event. Well, there is your November 9. To wrap up, this should be a very interesting final table. Would love to say I can't wait until November, but of course we all have to. So shuffle up and deal.